He told me, or you keep quiet, as I did it all for you, for the family, for the mother, or you will end up the same way. He knew that they would lock him up because they got him in 12 days. What could I have changed? It turns out that you care about them here, even looking forward to the future a bit. You prepare the ground for them. Of course. Currently I am working as a chief inspector for employment and social rehabilitation of the convicts. I started then as a leader. Women were always considered to be home custodians, and you here bear the double burden. He knew that I am a person of honor of my work. He saw it in my deeds. He simply asked me a question: what if he will be between life and death? Can I help him, extend my arm? And I said yes. Don't you think that when he was asking, he assumed, or let's say he knew for sure, that the situation would turn out that way? Then I didn't think so. Now, yes, I'm sure. I'm responsible for every inmate, for his life after release from our penitentiary institution, how he will start up, where she will live, help her to readapt into the society so that she would not relapse into crime, and help them based purely on humane principles. How long will it be when you meet him again? Probably 33, 34, if I wanted to meet him. You don't want to meet him? Not at all.
Корабли уплывают, и парус их вряд ли печален. Как навряд ли печальна волна, умирая в прибое. Море тоже не плачет, как стоит...
Choice is defined as the preference for something at the expense of something else. And sometimes the expense exceeds the preference by so many times that you start thinking how rightfully you made the choices. Was this choice prepared by fate, or at the cost of life? I had to choose between understanding of the fact that I am breaking someone's life, and essentially breaking the life of my child, because he asked this question, and he still does. He asks me, "Do you feel sorry for Dad?" I told him that his dad died. We did not discuss the details, but he knows. He even makes up some gangster stories. He says gangsters kill him. He wanted to think that way. Sometimes he asks who he was. We always choose something. I had to choose once to have a child or not. I cannot say it was so clear a choice. These were unclear emotions to me. I thought I was a mediator of some sort. Until the child was born, I was choosing him. And for a while, until I was not emotionally bound to the child, I was not putting him above my beloved man. Love for the child cannot be compared to the love for a beloved person, or a man. This is impossible to conceive. They are not compatible. They are simply that different. You just have to split your heart by half when you choose. I don't know whether this exuberance with the liability for those whom we tame. It is not as much desire but a civil position to defend what you love, at least that minimum that surrounds you. Because I believe that I have nothing to lose, I am so hysterical about the child. With this choice, it turned out to be more difficult to be with him further on. Because I would like to give the child more in financial terms, but this means time, this means nerves. Sometimes I know that I do not adequately treat him. I am not always attentive to him. Say, falling asleep I understand that again I did not ask him anything. That is, my dog-like choice of the life I invented for him and for myself. At that point, when I left, I was living for about 10 days in illusions that he would now come and take me away on a white horse. There is this female illusion. That's all going to happen now. Then was the second thing, to understand that I have already left. That is, after 10 days I understood that I had already left, and I had to play it to the end. I could not formulate the accuracy of my choice. I never thought it was his choice, that he could not manage the situation. Because throughout the whole of a joint life, I believed I was responsible for his deeds, and I assumed that choice of his onto myself. And I believed that I always was revisiting the situation I have been thinking, where I did wrong, why he did that way. It was about after months. By that time, it already seemed to me, and I was looking at him slightly differently. He had started to disappoint me. Because he stayed the way he was, and my last imagination of him as a character was living all that time. That naughty and disobedient boy, now he fell apart. I believed we did many immature deeds for each other. I came back from abroad, he divorced his previous family, and now we can split up as adults. But we could not split up as adults. There were these stupid calls, blames. There were some belongings still left, and I was supposed to come, let's say, on Saturday. But he came Friday night. He rang the bell. Certainly I did not want to see anyone at 4:30 a.m. And I understood, well, that he was not sober. When I let him in, the scandal started. I made him call his mom and say he was at my place. She offered to come over and take him away. In my turn, I thought it would be too much of impressions in one night. The child woke up and cried. Then we moved to the kitchen. We started talking. I was making coffee. Of course, we were talking about unpleasant things. Then threatening he would not let me live in peace and he would do it all by himself.